evening and welcome to another IADC update. This evening we are on the main Windward Highway here in Argyle, and we're here for a specific purpose. As you know, we are getting ready to begin the pavement works on the runway of the Argyle International Airport, and in preparation for that we have started laying the base in the first and second kilometers of the project. Now as we continue that base laying process, the work is going to intensify, and we are going to have to stop the vehicular traffic from crossing that end of the runway, and that is on the southern side where you now cross the access that you use to go to Rawacou and also to Mt.Pleasant, as well as the access being used by the residents of Argyle Gardens. Now it's very soon we are going to have to close that road, so what we're going to do this evening is to start preparing you for that eventuality, and that will come within a week or two or so. So the persons who use that road, the residents of Mt.Pleasant, Rawacou and Argyle Gardens, you need to pay attention in particular to the changes that will be taking place here. Now on this main Argyle road, this is in the vicinity where they had an accident some time ago where the young lady died. This is within the same vicinity, so you know what I'm talking about. We are going to be shifting the present access route around here, so that persons going to Rawacou, Argyle Gardens, Mt.Pleasant, rather than turning in where we have the current access that you use, they'll have to drive a little further around to this area, and we are developing the road right here, an alternative access road right here that you will use to go down to our offices, Rawacou, Mt.Pleasant, and the residents of Argyle Gardens who now live down in here. They would also use this road. So if you're coming from Kingstown, when you get to this area, you would make the right turn. And if you're coming from the windward side, when you get here, you will make the left turn and you will come into the Argyle Gardens access road. Now that access road will take you right down to the end, almost to where the old Argyle Bridge was, pass at the bottom side of our offices, all the way around to Mt.Pleasant and Rawacou. Now for pedestrians, persons who are walking, because we recognize that this is a really long route, and if you're walking it will be hard to do it. So for pedestrians, for the time being, until we have developed a closer route, the steps that you now use on the currently, you will continue to use those steps. And so pedestrian traffic will be allowed in that area. You'll be able to continue using that route until there is another alternative. So vehicular traffic would come here, and you're going to get to see most of the route because we'll show it to you. Vehicular traffic would come around here, and pedestrian traffic would stay where they currently go at this time. Come down the steps and go across the runway. Now those changes are coming, and within a matter of a week or two, those changes would be here, and we will keep you updated as we go along as to what is happening with the rerouting of the vehicular traffic to facilitate the pavement works that we are going to be doing here at the Argyle International Airport. So far for now, that is it with the roads. We're going to take you across the site and show you a few more of the developments that are taking place here at the Argyle International Airport. So don't go away, stay with us. We're going to take you further into the site. We have come to the northeastern end of the runway where the city fence work is taking place as we speak. Now the runway for the Argyle International Airport is just ahead in front of us, and that is on our land and will stretch from the southern end right back behind this hill that you're looking at here, and the shoulder area of the runway is also going to stretch all the way back there. The only thing is that part of the shoulder area, unlike the runway strip which is on our land, at that point, part of the shoulder area would have ended up in the ocean. So what we have done, we got some city fences designed, we got some studies done, some hydraulic studies done, and we are reclaiming some of the land from the sea so that we can continue to construct the shoulder area for the runway in this northeastern direction. Now if you look behind me, you would see evidence of the work that is going on. As a matter of fact, where I'm standing here, all of this area once had what we call seaside grace. People used to drive in and relax, but now this is all sand that we have dumped here, sand and stone, all part of the reclaiming process. We are very close to where the waves are breaking on this end, and along here they have already gone into the ocean and they are dumping a lot of stones in that area. They are going to be doing a complete sea defense work here, tetrapods and all of that included, to ensure that when the waves, and we know the waves from the Atlantic Ocean, we know the waves here at Argyle, when they break, they will not be able to penetrate and come over the sea defenses and get onto the runway. So we're working in this area and we are working assiduously at it. Also in this area, we continue to work on the taking down of the hill where the Roman Catholic Church once stood. A lot of it is done already, but we do have some more to take down. So right now as I speak, the scrapers are busy, they're working at taking down that hill, and on the back end here, we also have some more excavation work. The work here at Argyle is progressing at a good rate, and we are on target to have this work completed by May 2014 so we can begin operating this airport. We also continuing to lay base on the runway strip, and we're going to show you some more of that as we go along their site. So stay with us and we're going to show you some more of what we're doing in preparation for the pavement of the runway. Thanks for staying with us. We are now at the top of what we call the Petroglyph Hill, and we have come up here to give you a bird's eye view of what is happening below with the laying of the base on the runway. However, behind me, as you can see, we have some ongoing work here on the Petroglyph Hill. Now we have started the process of excavating the rocks on this hill, and these rocks are being used for the sea defense work that we showed you earlier. So right now the guys are busy when we have the explosives and we take down the rocks. They would come behind and do what you can call the cleaning up. They take up the rocks, they fill up the trucks, they go, they dump, they come back. So a lot of work is happening here on this hill, and we are finally seeing it coming down. Now you are aware that the petroglyphs, this hill is sitting right on the western fence of the runway, and we had to move it. We couldn't leave it there. The petroglyphs, however, we are still awaiting the arrival of the Egyptians who should be coming back here to safely remove the petroglyphs so that they can be relocated at the site where the cultural heritage park is going to be established. So that's the work that is taking place here. So we are working in this area. Now if I turn, and you can see we continue to lay the base on the runway here at Argyle. Now this is within the 2nd kilometer of the project. So this is the end of the 2nd kilometer, and we have laid the base all the way up to just about the center of the 2nd kilometer. And beyond there, in the 1st kilometer, we have also started laying the base from the stubs end come in. So this is the first part of the base laying process. We will continue doing that until we are finished, and that is part of the reason why the road that I told you about earlier will be closed eventually, so that as we get into the center of the 2nd kilometer, when you cannot cross again with your vehicle, we're going to be closing that off so that you can use the new alternative road that we are creating. So the stone base laying process is continuing in preparation for the pavement works that are to come. We are still working on the runway in the 3rd kilometer, and all that taking down of the Roman Catholic Church hill is part of that work on the runway in the 3rd kilometer. And the sea defense work is also part of that work, where we are looking to protect the runway from the ocean. So those are some of the things that we are doing here. We are going to take you across to the Stubbs Bay end just to see what is happening over there and to update you on that as well. So come with us as we go over to the southern end of the site. We're in the final leg of this our IADC update, and I will walk through the Argyle International Airport site. We are currently standing on the very top of Fort Hill, what remains of it. We are overlooking the Stubbs Bay end part of the project site, and what they're doing there is they are continuing to create the embankment in preparation for the construction of that road that will go just below the runway. Now the embankments will also protect the runway as well. In addition to what they're doing there in creating the embankments and preparing for the construction of that road, I will take you from Mount Cook side right across back to Rawacou, round to Argyle to where the old Argyle Bridge was. They are continuing to work on the runway in this end, continue to lay the stone base, and they're also continuing the excavation work to my right on Yami Hill. They are to be taking off that entire piece of rock face right here, as well as some more of that bank side over there, and they are going to be doing that for the foreseeable future, right down maybe to the end of this year. So those are some of the things they're doing there. The stone crusher is continuing to crush stones daily, and every time we come over here we see more mountains of stones as they continue their preparation for the eventual pavement of the airport runway. So all in all, things are looking well here at the Argyle International Airport site, and work is going apace. There's non-stop work out here, and so that we can stay on schedule to have this airport in operation towards the end of this year. As I say that, I must also mention that there are people who continue to raise funds for the Argyle International Airport. They continue to donate to the Argyle International Airport. Just today, October the 15th, we had the Interactive Media Company donating $5,000 to the Argyle International Airport, and FAIA USA making a donation of $15,000 to the international airport. We're going to give you more details about that in a later update. We also have the Returning Nationals SVG, who continue to raise funds for this airport, and you would have seen them, I am sure, at Richardson's gas station on Fridays all day, and on Saturday mornings in just next to the cenotaph in Kingstown. They are trying to sell raffle tickets for a Kia, a 2013 Kia Sportage, as well as other prizes. Now that raffle is going to come off on the 28th of October, which is the day after Independence, and it's going to be taking place at the Argyle Airport site, right in front of the main offices of the IADC. They will have the raffle there, and they will also have a barbecue. Along with that, they're going to have a live steel band music all day. Steel band music will be provided by the Classic Groovers from down in the Leeward side. So if you're planning, it's a holiday and you don't want to cook, you can come there and you can get the barbecue for lunch, because they're going to be ready with that. And you can also witness the draw for the 2013 Kia Sportage, the 4-burner stove from Wadi Lima, as well as the 3 nights all expense paid stay at Hotel Alexandrian. Of course, the Kia Sportage complements the Mustique Airways company. Now, one thing they have asked me to say to you is that for those of you who have purchased tickets who have not yet returned the stubs, please return them to wherever you bought them, and so that they can be included in the draw. You don't want to be left out. So by the 23rd of October, ensure that you return your stubs to wherever you bought them, or if you know anybody from Returning Nationals, or even if you see me somewhere on the road, you can pass over those stubs so that they can be included in the draw. That's all for this evening. We'll see you next time.